This is part of the behind the scenes.
He asked me if I was ready. I told him I was ready, and
That's all right.
my bad, y'all. My bad. I had to make an
Yeah.
audible
Yeah.
play.
Check one, two. I'm your
Check
host.
out the blitz coming.
And it's good for behind the scenes anyway, regardless of how you look at it, right? But I'm your co-host, and today's topic, while I'm getting set up, Doc is getting set up. Usually I'm the one getting set up after this. If you're watching this on TikTok here on the right side live, we're going back and forth because I have about 3 cameras, 5 screens going on, and 2 mics. 3 mics going on at the same time to get you the product, the topic, the theme, so that you can save, so we can keep saving men. But today's topic, gentlemen, people watching, is going to be the 3 rules of the 11th man that you need to know. As you can tell, some of the things we talk about, boundaries, having limitations, standing up for yourself. And this is where me and Doc want to just help you get to the place where you want to be in your life. So yet you're secure and confident with everything else. Doc, while I get set up, you give us what we're going to be doing while I get it all going.
So, today we're going to be talking about the 3 things as a man, especially as an 11th man, you absolutely need to know. These are going to be 3 just foundational truths, that you will build upon to have and be the man that you're supposed to be. Right? I'll be honest, guys, stay tuned because we're going to be going deep into it. Yes, I'm doing that whole marketing thing where I'm not going to actually tell you what it is up front so you could check it and then see you want to leave. Nope. You're going to have to stay and hear what those 3 things are. But I promise you, once you hear them, it will change your life. If you hear them and apply them, it will change your life. It will change your relationships. It'll change your money. It'll change your mental health. It'll change your physical health. Very, very important. So please stick around. Gordon, you just let me know when you're ready to go, man.
I'm ready to rock and roll, my brother. We got Lawrence Cruz just joined. Thank you for joining us. If you don't see me, we're getting our viewers up so we can get together. But Doc is also streaming. His channel is Freedom Change Success. If you're watching it, you want to see us both together, you can watch it on YouTube. But this is we're gonna. Oh, here we go. We have a lot of people joining us. I don't say aloha from guys from Hawaii. Doc, say a mention. But this is what we're gonna do. Today's episode is the things you know to become an 11 man. In today's society, a lot of people don't have the confidence. They have anxiety. They don't even know how to date. Jesus Christ. But I'm going to let Doc take over it while I get the live setup on YouTube. And this way you can listen to us on TikTok. You can listen to us if you hear his voice. At least you know you're talking to somebody, and I'm getting ready to do everything else for us. Take it away, Doc.
On YouTube, man. I see yeah, we're already live on YouTube.
Yes.
But yeah, so we've been talking about the 11th man and how the 11th man is really just supposed to be, right? He's the full, complete man. He's the man who knows his worth. He knows his value. He's able to have control of his emotions. He's not scared of his emotions. He knows how to master his emotions. Essentially, this is a man who has mastered himself, very aware of who he is, what he's capable of, able to ask for help. That is who the 11th man is, right? And this is the type of man we all need to strive to be, all of us, at all times, right? Not the alpha male who's just, let me jack people up and I'm going to own the room and all that. Not the beta male who's all soft and, simpy and things like that. Not that. We're talking about the full, complete man. He takes the best of every aspect of being alpha or beta or omega or sigma, takes the best of all that and accentuates it in every situation as needed, right? So
Right.
that's what we talk about today. But there's 3 foundational truths you really got to hold on to in order to truly be the man you're supposed to be. 3 very, very important foundational truths. So Gordon,
talk about all of that part because, guys, the modern man in today's society has a different approach to a lot of things in life. Like for me, I can tell Doc is a registered clinical therapist. This is why I have Doc. The theories I have going on with myself and stuff is I've always become the 11th man because I'm the person that just puts his head down, get this stuff done, and get it over with. Confidence level might be through the roof. Anxiety doesn't affect me the way it's supposed to because I'm trying to figure things out along the way. Are those good qualities? Sometimes I have Doc reiterate that to me because sometimes I might be wrong. But this is why you have a professional in the room. And this is why you can see how is it, what are some of the rules, Doc, that you see the difference between the men today and the men of yesterday? Listen, guys.
The first foundational rule is self-reliance. When I say self-reliance, I'm talking about men being able to stand on their own 2 feet, to handle their own business, right? You're able to fix problems, handle situations, do whatever you need to do to get the job done. However, as part of self-reliance, there's also wisdom in that, right? The
Oh,
wisdom is you don't have to do it all by yourself. Good people who are in your life who can speak into you and help you, but it's not you having this thing where, oh, everyone has to take care of me. Not that. That's what I'm
right.
talking about. I can stand on my own 2 feet, but I'm also wise to know when I need help. Just last week, Gordon, I was telling you I hurt my back. And as far as self-reliance go, I think I take that too far sometimes. And we as men sometimes do, right? Even when we should ask for help, we don't. But this is one of those times where I was like, okay, I think I've gone about as far as I can go by myself. I need help. When your back is hurting so much you can't walk and you collapse to the floor and you're crawling around as if you're an infant all over again, you probably need help. So as self-reliant as I am, guess what? I also know, hey, so guess what I'm doing? I'm calling out to my kids. I'm calling out to my wife. I tried to call my wife, couldn't get in touch with her. I called my son. I said, hey, son, go grab me some clothes and get your mother, tell her to come downstairs because I'm really hurting really bad and I need some help. Self-reliant man is someone who can handle his business, but he's also someone who knows, okay, I've reached my max capacity, I reached my limit, I need to now ask for help. Or makes more sense for me to ask for help than to try to learn everything and do everything and stress myself out unnecessarily. And if God himself made himself a body and came down and said, well, sure, I can't do it all by myself. I need to get some disciples. I need to get some people around me. So if God himself can say, I'm going to need a little bit of help doing this work on earth, then guess what? There's no shame in us who are self-reliant also asking for help. So that's the first foundational truth. We got to be self-reliant, but also we have to have the wisdom to know when to ask for help. And
Right, right. I mean, that's a perfect analogy for everything else. Yes, I had to on the fly, since my phone was up and watching TikTok, I had to switch off to personal hotspot and click right back on
oh,
because it froze.
self-reliance in action, right?
I mean, boom, I was telling you, the show must go on, but that's a perfect analogy because your back is hurt, you're jacked up. You probably, you need one of those life alert things just in case because your back.
Now don't do that, Gordon. Don't do that, man. I'm down. I was down bad. I wasn't down that bad.
Okay, what
That
the
was some
okay,
life
but we'll just use this as an analogy, right, guys? If you're watching this video, because if you're watching this, the perfect time is like men need to take care of their business, but at the same time, knowing when to ask for help. A lot of us that has a shady background like to do things on our own, but we don't want to ask for help, especially when we entering the mental health space, right? A lot of the times we don't know how to ask for help because we don't
well,
want to.
well, hold on, Gordon. If I can just hop in real quick,
Absolutely.
again, you have the experience and you've been in the streets and things like that. But even then, y'all can't do it by yourselves. Then y'all still need people to, you need
Yes.
suppliers. You need people to come in and run this and transport that, and people to be at the door. And we're not trying to get you to start a criminal empire, guys. But we're just saying, like, you look at every facet of society, you're going to find men who are self-reliant, whether they're doing good or bad, but they're also going to know I'm going to need help and I'm not going to be able to do it all by myself. Not if I
Absolutely.
really be successful.
But then a lot of times you need also a team, right? Even in team,
Yeah,
you
that's
need
what
a
I'm
team
saying.
of doctors, therapists, everything to get you right because
Yeah,
you cannot do it alone.
yeah,
And the part of me going to prison and figuring out is you have to find out you can't do anything alone. Like even I'll give when you go to a situation, you go inside and you do everything. If you don't know how to get along and reach out for help from your friends in there or your gang, whatever you got going on, you got to understand the people on the other side that could be your enemies, what they call ops nowadays, or people that just want to take you out, they have years to plan it out to take you out. You ever thought about that, Doc? They have years because they know you're going to be with them 10, 5, 12, 15 years. And if you don't get along and know how to get help, if it for the counseling, even for from your friends to be getting along, even from another race,
yeah.
they have years to take you out and plan it if you don't get along and ask for help because that's how it works.
You gotta have a network. You gotta have.
Right, right, right. Now, how does it compare, Doc, to the men you see nowadays?
Well, I mean, men nowadays, I mean, it's kind of the same thing we've always been taught, right? Do it all by yourself.
Right.
Man up, stop crying about it, put your head down, push forward, just keep going. Don't worry about your emotions, it's your responsibility. We've been essentially kind of inundated with that throughout all history, right?
Right.
So I think now, I've been talking with a couple of clients coming in and just some thoughts that came to like this whole mental health field in and of itself is like still in its infancy stages. You think about like chemistry and biology, pharmacy, all these things like that. They were studying that stuff thousands of years ago. Mental health, as we try to really understand the brain and how it works, we're still figuring that stuff out. You got to think like counseling and therapy just kind of came into existence when, like in the early 1900s with Freud, and he was just kind of making it up, talking about Oedipus complexes and you want to sleep with your mother and stuff like that. Spitballing that stuff. So I'm saying all this to say, like, even just doing counseling is just now starting to get kinda normal, kind of
Hmm.
normal. And so we're still kind of in its infancy stage. So us as men, of course, this has not been fully adopted. Obviously, in the therapy field, it's mainly women that are therapists, and it's mainly women that go to therapy. So as
Oh,
far
just
as
was watching a video of that.
why, because we've been taught that we got to do it all by ourselves. That's what we've been taught.
As men.
Yeah, we've been taught that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to handle everything by ourselves. We're not supposed to ask for help. If you do ask for help, you're not a man, and all these
Right.
things. Right, got to provide for my family, and I can't act like all that. So that's what I would say is, that hasn't really changed a big, tremendous amount, between then and now. But this is why it's important to have this foundational truth to understand that, yes, it is important for me to self-reliant. Yes, I should be able to stand on my own 2 feet. Yes, I should be able to provide for myself. But also, I need to know when it's time to ask for help. And here's the thing, guys. Here's a secret, guys. I'm gonna let you know right now. This is why being self-reliant is so important, because nobody has an issue helping someone who is self-reliant. Nobody. If you're out there
True.
getting it and killing it and doing your thing, and then you just so happen to need help, people are more than willing to jump in and help.
True.
Who people don't want to help are the people who are, just like, oh, I can't do anything. Everyone do everything for me. Oh, the world's against me. I can't do those,
The victim thing
codependent
again.
people, codependent men. Like, it's very difficult for them to get help because we're like, nah, man, you ain't doing nothing. But it's a
Right.
lot easier to help a man and come alongside a man who's doing something and going somewhere and has a vision and a passion and a purpose and knows himself and is comfortable with himself. It's real easy to come along and instead of being alongside that man and help him. So again, for this foundational truth, again, you got to be self-reliant, but you also have to have the wisdom to know when it's time to ask for help.
Now, how would, as you as a professional therapist, guys, if you need professional help, hit up Dr. Keith Fairclough at Freedom Change Success. You mean this is part of our collaboration is to get people that could be going through something so they don't undo themselves,
Yeah.
basically, because people keep dropping off like flies nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And it could be something changed. Reach out for help. It's not like until I figured out that I need to reach out for help from other people, I realized that I don't have to put all the crap on my shoulders all the time by myself, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's something, most of the time you don't like it because you have an ego, you have a pride, you have doing things, but at the same time, that's just part of being human.
Oh, self-reliance, because with confidence, it's just doing the thing you say you're going to do, honoring your word to yourself. But that's all confidence is. So someone who's confident is just someone that says, I'm going to do this, and they go and do it. Right. So I'll give you an example, with my whole back situation, I've gained a tremendous amount of weight. If you look at my face in this video, guys, and you go back to some of my earlier videos, like back in the day, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it's a completely different person. This face is like all shrunken and everything, right? But I've gained a lot of weight. And so now I got to lose that weight. So what did I do? I said, I'm going to fast. Hell or
Okay.
high water, I'm going to fast because I got to lose this weight because my back is all jacked up because I weigh too much. So guess what I did? I fasted yesterday. And guess what I'm doing today? I'm fasting today. Right?
Okay.
Right? No food, just water. Right? That's as far as self-reliance is concerned. Yeah, that's something I can control.
Yep.
So because I can control that, I do that. I also said I'm going to work out. I can't go full bore like I want to, but I'm going to do something. So I walked on the treadmill last night, 30 minutes. Got on the bike this morning, 30 minutes, and to kind of ease into it with my back and everything like that. That's building confidence. So that self-reliance, the more you can rely on yourself to solve problems, the more your confidence is going to build.
Yes, yes, yes. And that's second guess. That's second for everybody. Start small. Conquer the small wins. Do things for yourself that you can be proud of at night. Do things so that you understand that it can have a dramatic effect on what you have going on because it will make a difference for you tomorrow on the momentum.
And Gordon, let me also say, people can talk about small wins, big wins, things like that. But to tell you the truth and where your brain operates, it doesn't operate that way. It doesn't operate based off of small and big. It operates, did you do it or not? That's it.
True.
It's about
Absolutely.
fail,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the big deal you just made in the room that was multi-billion-dollar deal, your brain's like, yeah, it's the same as you woke up in the morning and fold in your major bed. It's
Same.
the exact same thing.
Same thing. Same thing.
So, and when you look at what we call small things, but the reality of the situation is, if you ever made a puzzle, if you ever built a Lego, if you ever built something and something was missing, that small thing, it's not complete. You can't even look at it the right way. So I don't want you to ever look at any of your habits as something that's just small. You getting up early in the morning is not small. You taking your vitamins is not small. You showing up every day is not small. Going to the gym, loving your wife, taking care of your kids, whatever it is, that's not small. Every single thing that you do is adding to the tank of your confidence, and you're just building that up and building that up. And now you have a reservoir that you can go back and look at. And this is what's going to build that self-reliance to make it a lot easier for you to stand on your feet and take on new challenges, by building that confidence because you've been building it up this whole time.
But now we'll go to rule number two. Rule number two, guys. Unbothered by external approval. Watch out now. Doc is going to go off on this one with self validation, external validation.
Yes, yes. So when it comes to it, guys, the other foundational truth is that we are not to seek out external validation. We are to give ourselves that validation. As a matter of fact, seeking out external validation is not going to work. It's not going to fill you. It's not going to make you feel good in the long run. You're going to need more. It's like an empty black hole pit, right? It's the reason why when someone gives you a compliment, says you did a good job, or you showed up, or you did this, or you did that, and you're like, someone else could do it better. Oh, but I didn't do it as good as this, or I messed up on that, or you stop and think about that. Whenever you sought external validation, how much did that truly fill you? Versus when you did something you said you're going to do, and you look at your own qualities and you say, daggone it, yeah, I am a good man. I did show up. I did do that thing. I did kill that meeting. I did kill that live. I did whatever it is, right? You're validating yourself. You got to the point where it's like, I don't need anyone to tell me I look good. I don't need anyone to tell me, I'm good at what I don't need anyone to tell me my stuff is good. Like, I know it is, right? I'm not, yes. I don't, and the thing is, this becomes like your armor. Validate yourself. It becomes like armor to you, like armor. Why? Because even when people aren't riding with you, and there's going to be times that people aren't riding with you, they're going to think your idea is stupid. They're going to think what you're doing doesn't make any sense. They're going to think whatever it is. It's like, well, it's cool because I'm not really looking for your validation anyways. I'm not looking for that. So because I'm not looking for that, I'm cool. I'm cool on that, right? Because I know myself. I know who I am. I know what I can accomplish. I know what I have achieved. And so I know that where I'm trying to go, I know it's a good thing. I know what I'm doing. I know how I'm showing up. I know how I'm communicating. It's a good thing. So if it doesn't work out with so-and-so, I'm okay with that because I know I did what I was supposed to do. I showed up. I did the right thing. So being unbothered is foundational truth right here, right? With not getting external validation, like you really got to grasp that because this is actually an area that men struggle with drastically. It's like maybe if I get enough bodies, I sleep with enough women, or if I make enough money, or whatever. I have the baddest car. I have the best woman. I live in the best neighborhood. It's like desperate for someone to just come along and say, hey, you're worth it. Hey, you're good. And then when people, and the crazy part is when people do say it, it doesn't work. It doesn't work ever. And so what we need to do is recognize that from birth, from the womb, you were already enough. If you can grasp this concept and this foundational truth that I don't have to put on for anybody. When I was born, the moment that egg and that sperm met and that XY chromosome was created, I was already enough. Before I did anything, I was already enough. Everything else just icing on the cake, right? So we talk about being self-reliant and building confidence. That's all well and good, right? But if you watch some of our other videos, you've heard what I said before. Self-esteem and confidence, they can correlate, but they're not the same, because
Yep.
there's lots of guys who are self-reliant and get the job done and know they can get the job done and still feel like crap on the inside. This is something deeper. This is saying that my worth and value is not determined by what I do or what other people say. I'm inherently have worth and value because of who I am, right? And if you're of the faith, like I'm of the faith, it's because God says I have value. So that's why I have value. And if he already put the highest level of value on me to the point where he died on the cross for me, well, then daggone, I don't need to put on for anybody else. I don't need to perform. I'm not a clown. I'm not a jester. I'm not doing a song and dance for women or men or kids or anything like that. If you don't like me, great. Keep it pushing. I'm
I
fine
mean,
with
just like last week's video when we did, sometimes you just got to cut people off. I just want to give a shout out right there, Jay. My ex-manager, Jay Tolentino. Good stuff, brother. He just came out of some cancer treatments and stuff, so he's beating it right now. So I just want to do a shout out to him because he was in pretty bad shape. Aloha, my brother. If you look at some of my faces videos, if you're watching this, you want to see where Doc is coming in from our YouTube channel and the podcast and the playlist, head on over to Boundaries and Brotherhood. That's why you see all my things is all about a watermark with Boundaries and Brotherhood. And I told you the validation thing, because of social media, has enhanced so much of it that you want to seek validation. Even like when I see some of my friends doing their posts and stuff, they want to show off because they're seeking outside validation because they're not happy with themselves. Hey guys, if you see my video, I walked into my kid's preschool with a
absolutely.
baby blow up outfit because his last day of kindergarten is today. His thing was, Dad, I want you to come in as a baby because now you're the baby. I'm not the baby no more. So the preschool loved that. The preschool loved it because it was a big step. Because many times I've sat on my bunk, my bed, thinking, will I ever have another chance? If I do have another chance, I don't care what people say because I want to do me. I will do me for all the reasons, the right reasons, because I appreciate every living moment of it and the memories I will share that will carry on. But let me see the the other rule that we want to talk about, becoming the 11th. Guys, if you don't know what the 11th man is, you know what? Watch the video. The 11th man is the person that don't care about crap but gets things done,
Yeah.
right? He don't think about external validation. He don't think about, is he going to be worried about if he gets turned down? Who cares? He don't care about what the friends is going to think of him if he fails. All businesses, all people that amongst us something had a team, asked for help, didn't care what everybody, kicked the door open, unlocked everything, and pushed through.
Yeah.
The third rule that we need to know as the 11th man. Now, some of you might don't want to be the 11th man. It's not for everybody. Doc
I'll
said,
tell you, if you don't aspire to be the 11th man, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. You're going to struggle.
you're going
You're
to
going to
struggle.
struggle because that's who we're designed to be as men. That is the highest form of what we're supposed to be. Anything less than that, you're going to struggle. You're going to have a hard time. If you're going at it by yourself, you're going to have a hard time. The suicide rate for men, as far as success is concerned, is very, very high. Why? Because we overdo the self-reliance. We don't want to open up. We don't want to share nothing. We believe all the lies. We go into the echo chambers. Women are like this. No one cares about men. Nobody loves me. And all we do is reinforce these negative beliefs instead of reaching out and saying, you know what? I need help. Let me go reach out and get some help from somebody. Let me go talk to somebody. Let me go to someone in my network. No. And so you'll start hopping into relationships thinking, oh yeah, if I just find the
This is
right
the one.
one, you know, solve all the problems of my life and make me feel loved. And it's like, bro, that's not why we get in relationships at all. Like, you can't even manage yourself. What in the world are you gonna do with a woman? Like, oh, if I sleep with a lot of women, then oh man, I'm gonna be that guy. This is what's gonna happen if you're not striving to be the 11th man. Right. So if you want a lackluster life, if you want to struggle, if you want to struggle with your mental health, if you want to struggle with your finances, then yeah, don't become the 11th man. Be the other 10. Be the other 10.
Be the follower.
Be a beta, be any of that, right? Complain, sit in the echo chamber. Oh,
Oh,
women.
geez, the complaining.
Go ahead. No, you can do that. If
Absolutely.
you want to live your life and you want to be miserable, that is an option. But if you want to have a life of purpose, a life of meaning, a life of value, a life where you're adding value to others, a life where you have a network, a life where you're feeling loved,
Ooh, he's going.
connected, and people are and want to be around you, and you can command respect and from your children, from your wife, from others, from your friends, then you got to become the 11th man. So Gordon, yeah, there's an option, but I'll be honest, I wouldn't choose it. Any option
That's
other than
true.
becoming the 11th man, I wouldn't choose it.
That's
We
true.
see what that outcome looks like. Look at the world right now. Look at the world right now. We look, and okay, I'm gonna get my soapbox real quick. We're living in a world where our government is protecting pedophiles around the world. That's not 11th man behavior.
No.
I'm sorry. When you're protecting pedophiles or they're molesting children on a regular basis, and no one's opened up and saying, hey, here's the information, guys. Get them. Let's go. Let's raid the houses. Let's go get them. That's not 11th man behavior, because the 11th man would call out wickedness wherever he is, especially if he has the power to do it. So
True.
that's all that to say. If you want to be the 11th man, you need to strive for it. But if you don't, go ahead. But please don't complain about anybody else anywhere in the world.
It's so funny. Don't get me wrong, guys. This is not a political channel. Okay, you pick your choice and everything, right? But at the same time, I went on missions, Doc, to get children under situation with other people. Like covert, this is what we're gonna do because I've been in that situation, I've been in that life. Let's go get these kids. We got them. And some of the big names that protect kids and stuff are out there, are part of some of the gurus that do this. Even their political stuff might be for different reasons, they still will protect kids, regardless. And that leads to our third rule, guys.
Oh man, it does. It sure does.
Leading with mother freaking integrity. Right?
Leading with integrity. That is
beautiful.
The foundational.
Take it away, Doc.
You need to know and you need to do. Integrity means I'm doing the right thing even if no one's looking.
Beautiful.
If y'all seen Superman, the new Superman movie that came out, that is the epitome of integrity. You got to see it. It's phenomenal. Okay. All right. It's the epitome of integrity, right? Superman essentially doing the right thing no matter what anybody else said. And that's why, Gordon, I see how all this is actually tying together too. It's pretty cool because he wasn't looking for outside validation to do the right thing. That's not why he was doing the right thing. He said, I'm doing the right thing because this is the right thing to do. I'm trying to save lives because it's the right thing to do. So you may not like it. You may not like my methods. You may not, think whatever you want to think, but it's always the right thing. And it's always the right time to do the right thing. Then an 11th man leads with integrity. There's no room for anyone to come in and find some dirt on him, right? No, because he's leading with integrity at all times. And that's why I'll be honest, there's a lot of these grifters and people that prey on people's emotions, and they prey on women and they prey on men and things like that. And they get real big, real fast, but then something happens and then all of a sudden everything comes crumbling down. I've learned that it's better. Now it takes a long time maybe to lead with integrity, right? As far as blowing up and whatnot. However, by doing it and being consistent, you grow and you create something that's going to last long after you're gone. This is what it means to lead with integrity. I'm doing the right thing, even if nobody is looking. Well, that means you're doing the right thing with your taxes. You're doing the right thing when you're around other women and you're married. You're doing the right thing around children. You're doing the right thing around your friends. You're not cheating at work. You're not cheating nowhere. You're doing the right thing. And you don't do it again. You're not doing it to get a reward. Right? That's not why we do it. I do it because it's the right thing to do. Because I am.
It's the right thing to do.
This is who I am. This is not even what I do. This is who I am. I'm an honest person. I'm a loyal person. I'm a loving person. I have standards. I have boundaries. I stand on that. And even if I got to stand alone, guess what? I'm still going to do the right thing, no matter what. That is critical for us as men to make sure that we have as a foundation. Because if you don't have integrity, none of the other stuff even matters. If you don't,
I just wanted to give a shout out, Doc. Doc, we got our other coach over here, Miss Carrie Paluro. She's liked that video. She's watching the live. Hit that like button. Share with somebody that needs to hear this about becoming the 11th man. Her dude, Abel. Shout out to Abel. He's the 11th man, right?
That's what's up. Because
that's why she got attracted. We bring out two things. We from a professional side, a personal coaching side, from a women's side, a business side,
Yeah.
sales side. We have so many different aspects going on at one time. But I just wanted to give you a shout out. Give us a situation, Doc, where in fact, how about how being right all the time enhances your purpose with
Okay.
integrity. And we'll end with that because
And when he
this battery's
said,
gonna die out.
yeah, and just everybody, just when he's talking about being right, he's not like I'm having the right answer. He's talking about like doing the right
Doing
thing,
the
right?
right thing. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Doing the right thing, guys.
yeah. And what was the question again?
Doing the right thing, walking your purpose.
Okay, well, I'll say this, right? Whatever your purpose is, it usually is to add value to some group of people, somewhere, someone, somewhere, right? Whatever your purpose is, keep this in mind. Whatever your purpose is, it serves other people. Your purpose is not for yourself. So, being that you're going to be serving other people, adding value to other people, you need to make sure that you have that integrity because you're going to be influencing people's lives, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if you're not living
Absolutely.
with integrity, if you're lying and cheating and doing all this stuff behind the scenes, then you could negatively damage people. You could hurt people. You could hurt your spouse. You could hurt your kids. You could hurt the people that are following you. You can hurt people in your business. You can hurt your coworkers, the people that are working under you. You can negatively impact and hurt people if you're not living with integrity. See,
Yes.
people in this world are so desperate to follow someone who's doing the right thing, that's coming with the right information, that's going to change your life and change your situation, and is doing the right thing. And it is heartbreaking how often people will grift other people who are needy. They will grift you in the church. They will grift you in your
It
grief.
happens.
They will
Yep.
grift you in your relationships. I mean, they're like, I don't really care about y'all. I'm just trying to get that money, like for real. And I will lie, cheat, steal, and do whatever in order to get that. You know how much damage that does? How much it kills people's faith? How much it kills people's
Yep.
hope?
Yep.
So when it comes to walking in your purpose, but making sure you have integrity, it is of the utmost importance. As a matter of fact, I would say if you are not a man of integrity, I would say you need to step down from wherever you are and get yourself together. Own all of your stuff, work
Get
through
some
it.
help.
I'm that man of integrity. Get help, get coaching, whatever you need
Yep.
to do, get therapy. Don't do it alone. Get help, be honest. Even if you haven't been living with integrity, you can still turn things around. You can stop and be like, you know what? You can be honest with your people and be like, you know what, guys, I didn't doing right. I need to get myself together. I need to change how I think, change how I'm living. I'm sorry for what I've done. And then you need to move forward, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why it's so important, Gordon, for us to make sure
No.
as a man, you are leading with integrity at all times, even if no one's looking, even if no one's there. You've got to lead with integrity at all times because there are literally lives in the balance.
At
Yeah.
stake all the time because one false move can put you in the wrong path. Living with integrity, with purpose and fulfillment is going to be something that until you figure that out, until you know it for yourself. Carrie said, Doc's on fire again. I said, yep, because I just draw it out of him, right? But I understand, like, coming from my point of view, if you need help, guys, if you need an assessment, if you need something, go to let's go boundariesandbrotherhood.com. Take your free assessment. Come work with me and Doc. Come work, become the element, become the confident person you know that's in there. You just need somebody like us to pull it out, or me and Carrie, or me and Doc, or me and everybody else. Come work together, join the conversation, add you 2 cents, figure out how way we can help you so that you can walk in that purpose. Become the 11th man. Become the person you know you always knew you could be.
Yeah.
You could be going through some stuff. Life is not perfect. Relationships are perfect. And who cares? He needs help. We got him. It's a
Yeah.
brotherhood. It's a sisterhood. It's togetherness. It's a community. This is why we built this thing. Guys, we're going to end with that. I just want to say, if you need some help, guys, if you want to watch the full video on everything else, see Doc's face, go to YouTube, Boundaries and Brotherhood, right? At Boundaries and Brotherhood. Take the assessment. If you're watching this on YouTube on the live right here, figure out, join the conversation, drop a like, comment, share it with somebody that's going to need. Doc, please end it.
Yes, guys, listen, the three foundational rules, right? Self-reliance with wisdom to know when we need help and ask for it, right? Making sure you validate yourself, not seek validation from outside yourself because it won't even work. And the last thing, lead with integrity. right? These foundational rules, if you have these as main staples in yourself, right? Mainstays, I'm telling you, you're on the path to become the 11th man, the man that you were
Absolute.
born to be. Because I'm telling you right now, every single man was born to be the 11th man. And living a life less than that is no life at all. Period.
Beautiful.
No.
Beautiful. Guys, this is Gordon Watt from Boundaries and Brotherhood. Aloha. Guys,
Yeah.
see us
Peace,
next
man.
week live. We'll get you
Yep.
next week live, 10 o'clock
All right, y'all
Pacific
take
Standard
care.
Time. You guys take care. Bye.
Thanks for watching.